forming in her mind. Not thoughts, but impressions. How do I feel right now? That's the question running in the background. Not your job, not your status, not even your words, just the feeling. Does she feel relaxed or slightly tense? Does your presence feel easy, or does it feel like pressure? And the truth is, she doesn't need time to decide this. It happens fast, sometimes in seconds. You might still be thinking what to say next, but she has already felt something, and that feeling starts shaping everything. She notices the small things you don't even think about. How you carry silence, how you react without thinking, how you look when you are not trying, and slowly, without telling you, she starts placing you somewhere in her mind. Not based on what you showed, but based on what she felt, because she is not asking, is he impressive? She is asking, do I feel safe here? Do I feel comfortable? Is there something real, or is he trying too hard? And the moment she feels pressure, even a little, something closes. But when she feels ease, something opens, and when it opens, you don't need to force anything, because now she is not just looking at you, she is experiencing you. And once a feeling becomes real for her, it doesn't disappear easily. Even when the moment ends, it stays. Quietly in the background, guiding how she sees you next time. She doesn't start by understanding you, she starts by feeling something around you. Before she thinks anything like he is good, or he is not my type, something already happens inside her. A quiet reaction. She may not even notice it clearly, but it's there. It's the way her body feels in your presence. A slight ease or a slight tension, and this happens before logic has time to speak. You might be thinking about what to say next, trying to choose the right words, but she is already feeling something without needing any words at all. Sometimes she feels relaxed, like she doesn't have to be careful. Sometimes she feels a little uncomfortable, like something is off, even if she can't explain it. And the important part is, she doesn't question that feeling. She trusts it, because feelings come faster than thoughts, and they feel more real than logic. She is not sitting there analyzing you step by step. She is experiencing you in real time. The way you stand, the way you react, the way your presence feels without you trying to show anything. All of it creates a silent emotional response inside her. And once that response starts, everything else gets filtered through it. If she feels ease, your words sound better. If she feels pressure, even your best words don't land the same way. That's why two men can say the same thing, but get completely different reactions. Because it's not just about what is said. It's about what is felt asterisk before asterisk anything is said. And that feeling doesn't come from effort. It comes from how natural you are in the moment. If you are trying too hard, she feels it. If you are nervous, she feels it. If you are calm, she feels that too, and the strange part is, you don't have to explain any of it. She won't say, I feel this because of this. She will just know, I feel good here. Or something doesn't feel right, and that becomes her decision, even if she doesn't explain it out loud. Because in the end, she doesn't choose you based on what she understands about you. She chooses you based on what she feels before she even understands why. She doesn't make her decision using logic first. It doesn't start with he is successful, or he looks good, or he said the right things. Those thoughts come later. What happens first is emotional. Something inside her reacts before she even knows what she thinks about you. It's not loud. It's not something she sits and analyzes. It's a quiet feeling that starts forming in the background. She might still be talking normally, smiling, responding, but inside, something is already being decided. Not clearly, but emotionally. She is not asking herself questions like a checklist. She is not thinking, does he have this quality? Does he have that quality? Instead, she is experiencing a feeling that slowly becomes her answer. If the feeling is light, comfortable, natural, then everything you do starts to feel better to her. Even small things feel meaningful. Your words feel easier to listen to. Your presence feels easier to accept. But if the feeling is off even slightly, then nothing feels the same. You could say something good, but it won't land the same way. You could try harder, but it won't fix the feeling, because logic cannot override emotion in that moment. And this is where most people misunderstand everything. They think if they say better things or show more value, they can change her mind. But her mind is not what made the decision first. Her feeling did, and once that feeling is set, her thoughts start supporting it. If she feels good around you, her mind will find reasons to like you. If she feels uncomfortable, her mind will find reasons to step back. Even if those reasons don't fully make sense, that's why sometimes she can't even explain why she likes someone or why she doesn't. Because the decision didn't come from logic, it came from a feeling that appeared first, and logic came later to justify it. And that's what makes it powerful, because you're not being judged only by what you show. You're being felt before you're understood. Comfort and safety are not things she says out loud, but they are always there in the background of how she experiences you. Before attraction grows, before interest becomes clear, she is already asking herself something very simple: do I feel okay here? Not in words, but in feeling. It's a quiet check that happens automatically. When she is around you, her body reacts first. If she feels relaxed, if her shoulders are not tense, if she doesn't feel the need to be careful with every move, then something inside her opens slowly. She starts speaking more freely. She starts being a little more natural. She stops overthinking small things. And this doesn't happen because you did something big. It happens because nothing felt forced, because your presence didn't create pressure, because she didn't feel like she had to protect herself emotionally. But if even a small sense of pressure appears, everything changes. She might still smile, she might still talk, but inside, she starts closing, not in an obvious way, but in a subtle shift. Her responses become shorter. Her energy becomes slightly distant. Her attention starts moving away without you noticing immediately. And the important part is, this shift happens before attraction even has a chance to grow. Because attraction cannot build in a place where there is no comfort. It cannot grow in a space where she feels unsure or slightly tense or emotionally unsafe, and safety here doesn't just mean physical. It means emotional safety. It means she doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel rushed. She doesn't feel like something is being expected from her. She feels like she can exist in that moment without pressure, and that feeling is rare, because most interactions come with some kind of tension, some kind of expectation, some kind of hidden pressure. But when that pressure is not there, when everything feels easy, that's when attraction starts forming naturally. Not because something was pushed, but because nothing blocked it. And once she feels safe like that, she doesn't need convincing anymore. She starts moving closer to the moment on her own. Because comfort and safety are not just important, they are the foundation on which everything else is built. Pressure is something she feels before she can explain it. It doesn't come from one big action. It comes from small signals that slowly make the moment feel heavy. When someone is trying too hard, trying to impress, trying to move things forward quickly, that effort creates a kind of invisible tension. And she feels it not as a clear thought, but as a slight discomfort. She may still smile, still respond, but inside, something becomes less open. Because pressure makes her feel like something is expected from her, like she has to respond a certain way, like she has to keep the interaction going, like she cannot just relax and be herself. And the moment she feels that, she starts pulling back, not suddenly, but slowly. Her energy becomes lighter, but more distant. Her responses become shorter, less invested, and most of the time, the man doesn't even realize what changed. Because from the outside, everything still looks normal, but inside the connection has already weakened. Now, compare that to ease. Ease feels completely different. There is no rush, no hidden expectation. No pressure to impress or respond perfectly. She feels like she can exist in the moment without needing to perform. And when she feels that something opens naturally, she starts engaging more. She becomes more present. She gives more attention without being asked, not because she was convinced, but because she felt free. And freedom creates attraction, because when someone doesn't feel controlled or pushed, they move closer on their own. That's why pressure always closes her and ease always opens her, not because of logic, but because of how it feels inside her. And feelings decide everything before anything is said out loud. When she is around someone, she is not only reacting to what is happening in the moment, she is also storing how it feels. And this is what most people miss. They think the interaction ends when the conversation ends, but for her, something continues. A small emotional trace stays behind. It's not a clear memory at first. It's not a full scene she can replay. It's just a feeling, a soft impression of how she felt in your presence. Maybe it felt calm. Maybe it felt slightly different from others. Maybe it felt easy in a way she didn't expect. And that feeling doesn't disappear quickly, because the mind doesn't let go of emotional impressions easily. Later, when she is alone, doing something random, that feeling can come back. Not because she is trying to think about you, but because something inside her mind replays the emotional pattern. And when it comes back, it doesn't come as logic. It comes as emotion again, that same quiet impression. And now it starts linking back to you, not your words, not your actions, but the feeling you left behind. This is why some people stay in her mind longer than expected, not because they did something dramatic, but because they created a feeling that didn't fade immediately. And when something doesn't fade, the mind keeps returning to it, again and again without effort, even when life moves forward. Even when the moment is over, that small emotional trace continues to exist in the background, and slowly it becomes part of how she remembers you. Not as a full story, but as a feeling that keeps coming back whenever things are quiet.